Alrighty, next game up here is Atlanta at the Cowboys, folks, and the Cowboys absolutely blow them out. Absolutely utter destruction right here by this Cowboys team that we knew. We didn't fall big off this Cowboys team. We moved them from number 1 in our power rankings to only number 2 in our power rankings, folks. It was not that big of a drop, and I think they're going back to number 1 this week, given what the Cardinals did this week. But let's focus on this Cowboys team first. They absolutely dominate the Falcons right from the get-go. Touchdown on their first drive, making it 7-0. Did they go for it on fourth down on this drive? They went for it on fourth down a couple of times this game, but not on the first drive. 3rd and 6 on the Atlanta's 13-yard line, and that's how they're able to score the touchdown. But then they score another touchdown, making it 14-3. Atlanta goes for it. They were kind of the main aggressors. 4th and 7 at Dallas's 32-yard line when you could have made the game 6-7 at that point. Once again, stop going for it on fourth downs all the time. These coaches are still wild here this season, or this week, folks, going for it on fourth down tons of times. But the Cowboys, they go down, make it 14-3. They make it 21-3. They make it 28-3, and that's just halftime. A block punt that goes for 7, 36-3. Now it's halftime, and then all the turnovers start here by Atlanta. First drive, they go 5 plays, 8 yards. They have to punt. Second drive out of halftime, interception. Third drive out of halftime, interception. Fourth drive out of halftime, interception. And by that time, the game is 43-3, and the game is obviously over at that point, when it was really over before halftime. Before halftime. So this Cowboys team got it done offensively, defensively. Dan Quinn's revenge game, truly that to a mother-loving T, because this Cowboys defense smothered the Atlanta's offense. What did the Atlanta team do just in general? Total yards, only 214 compared to Dallas's 431. Atlanta had 111 passing yards. Okay, is that ever going to get it done? Have we ever kind of read a quarterback that threw for 100 yards and got a big old win? No, we haven't. They rushed for 103 yards. Their yards per play were 4. That's not terrible. That's not the worst. It's not great. But overall, just an absolute garbage performance by this Falcons team offensively. So many interceptions, so many great defensive performance here by the Cowboys that we know that's what they do. The ball hawks were back by this Cowboys team, and we'll show y'all in a second. But let's start here with the Cowboys offense and how good it was. Dak Prescott goes 24 of 31. Yes, sir, 24 of 31. We get 77% completion percentage. Wasn't missing the wide open throws like he did last week coming off the injury. So once again, we were still calm, cool, collected on this Cowboys team coming into this game. We actually changed our pick yesterday in our pregame show live because we knew that Big Ben was out. We had Steelers -8. There was no way we were keeping that with Mason Rudolph. Good advice by us. And we replaced it with Cowboys -7.5, and they win by 40. So I think we made the right decision there. So Dak Prescott, a great night, 77% completion percentage, 296 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Zeke fumbled once and lost it. Truly unfortunate there. The fumble came in the third quarter off of an interception, and like we know, the game was already over at 36-3 anyway. So little unfortunate turnover there by Ezekiel Elliott. But overall, Dak had a great game. The running back by committee, once again, great here by the Cowboys. Tony Pollard led the team in rushing yards by 11 carries for 42 yards, and Ezekiel Elliott, 14 carries for 41 yards and 2 touchdowns. Great night by both the great running backs that this Cowboys team has. They used Corey Clement 6 times in the rushing game for 20 yards as well. That's how great it was going. And who was Dak throwing the ball to? CeeDee Lamb, 6 catches for 94 yards and 2 touchdowns. Exactly what he should have had last week. Dak made it up to him this week. Fantastic. Tony Pollard, 6 catches, 56 yards. Amari Cooper, 4 catches, 41 yards. Michael Gallup, 3 catches, 42 yards. And Noah Brown, 1 catch, 18 yards. Ezekiel Elliott, 3 catches, 15 yards. Sean McKeon, 2 catches, 15 yards. And Dalton Schultz, their tight end, only 1 catch, 14 yards. Didn't even need the tight end in this game. How crazy. We've seen Dalton Schultz be kind of top maybe 3 leading receivers over the last kind of 3 games here. This time, Cowboys don't even need them. They say, tight ends, yeah, we appreciate you. We don't need you this game, though. So everything was going absolutely great from start to finish with this Cowboys team. And once again, Atlanta, just coming off of a good win last week, back down in the gutter. Never, ever, ever bet the Falcons. Ever, never. The only way that we can ever green light betting the Falcons if they lose like 3 games in a row, because then we know a great performance is probably coming. But other than that, you gotta stay away from ever betting the Falcons. We've learned our lesson last season, and we had it reminded to us this year as well a couple of times. All right, now let's talk about this Falcons team. What did they do? Matt Ryan do anything good? Of course not. He went 9 of 21. Sheesh, that's atrocious. 9 of 21, 42% completion percentage, 117 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The interceptions all coming in the second half, in the third quarter. Only 2 interceptions, and then Josh Rosen, he got in the game and threw an interception. So it's not the quarterback here. I don't know what it is about this Falcons team. It's obviously not Dan Quinn, their head coach. They're still doing garbage with Arthur Smith at the helm. It's got to be Matt Ryan. He's really the only kind of left common denominator. It wasn't Kyle Shanahan, the offensive coordinator. They got rid of him. They were still losing bad. It wasn't Dan Quinn. They got rid of him this year. They're still bad. It's Matt Ryan. You must get him off of this team and build and start anew. Arthur Smith already loves Cordero Patterson. You build around Cordero Patterson as the kind of A1 tier 1 player on your team. You can't build around Matt Ryan anymore. We see it. He's trash. They bring in Josh Rosen. He goes 1 of 6 for 14 yards and an interception. He's not good either, and we obviously know that. And leave it to the Falcons to end up with Josh Rosen, the first overall draft pick that absolutely floundered big time for the Cardinals and got shipped around after year 1 that we've never seen in the NFL before, from a number 1 overall pick to throw him in the dumpster after 1 season. He's on the Falcons now. That's all you need to know about this Falcons team. They are absolutely garbage. Running game here for the Falcons was basically the best thing about the team. Wayne Gallman, 15 carries for 55 yards. Cordero Patterson, 4 carries for 25 yards. Mike Davis, 4 carries for 18 yards. They tried it because you're obviously not relying on Matt Ryan. And who was Matt Ryan trying to get the ball to? Kyle Pitts, leading receiver. That's good. 4 catches for 60 yards. Olamide Zaccheaus, 2 catches, 22 yards. Wayne Gallman, 1 catch, 21 yards. Cordero Patterson, 1 catch, 14 yards. Frank Darby, 1 catch, 14 yards. And that was their offense, folks. Does that sound good? Of course not. So Cowboys absolutely blow out the Falcons 43-3. And this is what I'm talking about with ball hawks right here, folks. Absolute ball hawks. Anthony Brown right here, just jumping the route here, bobbling the ball a couple of times, but ultimately coming away with it. Great ball skills here by everybody on this Cowboys defense. I mean, we all know Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs and all that, but Anthony Brown is getting into the mix here as well with these interceptions. This Cowboys defense is full of ball hawks. Dan Quinn, I know we kind of slandered him in this offseason, but I am so sorry for doing that. It's obviously not. We were obviously wrong to slander you. We weren't too wrong to slander you as a head coach. You are not a head coach, but overall, you are a great defensive coordinator. Yes, sir. And the man is kind of coming back alive here. Had the great days with the Legion of Boom, and now has this day. I don't know. What do we call this? We need to come up with a nickname for this Cowboys defense. Can we get anything right off the dome here? This Cowboys defense, they're obviously not the Legion of Boom like Seattle. Once again, Dan Quinn coached that team. What is this Cowboys team? Legion of Boom. They were the big hitters. They're ball hawks over here. So what do we got? What do we got? Cowboys and Ball Hawks. How can we combine that name together? Cowboy Ball Hawks. It would have to be like the Bald Hawks, like Bald Eagles, Freedom, America, America's team, Bald Eagle with Bald Hawks, Bald Hawk, Bald Eagle, Hawk. Does that flow? It doesn't have that nice ring to it, folks. It doesn't have that nice ring to it. Damn it. Bald Hawks. Bald Hawks, do we call this defense the Bald Hawks, folks? It may. Does it stick? I'll leave it up to y'all. I'll leave it up to y'all on Twitter about that. I'll post this clip after the show, but we got to come up with a name of this defense for the Cowboys because I really think they've earned a name for what this defense has been doing so far this season. So we'll come up with one before next game for this Cowboys team. They're not on a bye or anything. What does this Cowboys team have coming up next here? Let's quickly take a look at that. What do we got coming up this week? This Cowboys team is facing... Ooh, the Chiefs. Oh yeah. That's the game you solidify your name with. Now that the Chiefs are back in the spotlight, everybody's talking about them. They're saying they're no big deal. Now they're fine, and I agree, they're fine. We've been known they've been fine. But now they're big picture again in the media, and now the Cowboys Bald Hawks defense is coming into town, folks. Woof, woof. We've definitely got to get the nickname down so we can be yelling that defensive nickname all throughout that game, because that's got to be the America's game of the week. It's the 425 game. I'm sure it's on Fox. It's going to be great. But we will come up with that defensive name here for this Cowboys defense. They earned it. Dan Quinn has earned another great, intimidating name for his defense here, like he had in Seattle. So Cowboys get the big O win here, 43-3. Sheesh.